This is Football Talks. Welcome back to your number one channel for all of your up-to-date Premier League transfer news and gossip going around the 22nd of May, your midday update, bringing you stories on Rodrygo possibly moving to Chelsea. Where is Rayan Cherki leaving from Liga and is he going to the Premier League? It looks like it is, and that is going to happen. More on that. Where's Garnacho going also? After what happened in the Europa League final last night, then words from his agent, the fallout and the backstabbing that seems to be going on at Manchester United. Could Garnacho be staying in the Premier League though, or could he be heading abroad? All of them news stories is in your headlines today here on Football Talks. Get into the comment sections and let me know, where do you feel like any of these deals are going to end up going? And obviously, do you think that there is anything else that you feel needs talking about? Get into the comment section. We can bring that up in other shows coming up also as well here on Football Talks. So let's get at it. Let's get into the news, and let's start with that Rodrygo story and the possibility of Rodrygo leaving Real Madrid. Now, normally we wouldn't look at this. We wouldn't look at Rodrygo moving anywhere from Real Madrid to another football club with any significance when it comes to Premier League, but there is apparently interest from the Premier League in the name of Chelsea. Now, of course, this is a perfect Chelsea signing, isn't it? A marquee forward signing. Chelsea need a striker. Chelsea need a forward. He isn't your out-and-out number 9 type of player, you would say, is he, Rodrigo? Chelsea obviously linked with the likes of Gyökeres, Liam Delap, Osimhen. There's plenty of strikers out there that Chelsea could go for, but the opportunity to make a marquee signing like Rodrigo from Real Madrid seems to be something that would fit at Chelsea. Let's just say that. Of course, you could easily add into this story the fact that Enzo Fernandez is apparently on the radar for Real Madrid. Could there be some form of swap going on between Enzo and Rodrigo? Could possibly happen. Chelsea do need to offload players as well to lower that wage bill and, of course, bring in some extra funds to buy players. There's no guarantee Chelsea are in the Champions League yet. If Chelsea make the Champions League, I could see them really going for Rodrigo. I think it will gather momentum. Obviously, we know about the fallout with Rodrigo and Real Madrid. He is not happy one bit at Real Madrid at the moment. Feels like he's being overshadowed by the other stars within that front line. You're Mbappe's, Bellingham's, Vinicius Junior's, need we go on. There's an abundance of talent at Real Madrid right now, and it looks like Rodrigo's being pushed out a little bit. That's his side of things anyway, and he's gone as far as not actually turning up to some meetings and rather staying at home at Real Madrid, according to some reports. But whatever way you look at it, Real Madrid will be looking to move Rodrigo on this summer, whether Xabi Alonso likes him or not. So obviously the hierarchy at Real Madrid have the say and they have the power to move these players around. So when you're looking at this deal, I think this is one that could definitely play a big role in the summer. 80 million euros is the price tag that Real Madrid want for Rodrigo. So there is movement in that one. There is definitely a possibility that this could happen. So keep an eye on that. Rodrigo moving, Madrid needing the money, looking to make improvements for Xabi Alonso. Chelsea need a forward. Does it fit? Does it align? And Chelsea, if they do make Champions League football by the end of this weekend, this could definitely trigger them moving in significant position. And like we said, Enzo Fernandez, could he be make weight and this deal happen either way? Anyway, moving on past that. And Rayan Cherki, top target for many Premier League clubs right now. Now, we were talking earlier on Forever United TV regarding Rayan Cherki's interest from Manchester United, but there was a lot depending on that Europa League final result last night and United actually being in the Champions League, which would determine whether Rayan Cherki went to the red side of Manchester. Obviously, Spurs won that game, and Spurs now in the Champions League have got funds, have got let's just say a foundation of a side there under Ange, whether Ange is there or not next season. Tottenham can attract players in now. Obviously, facility-wise, brilliant. 2 years in with Ange, like I said, if he stays, if he doesn't, they're still in a good position. Good young squad, players coming through. Can they turn themselves around with getting into the Champions League? Look, any player looking at moving to England would look at the lifestyle, look at the facilities, look at the club. You have to look at the stadium and watch what Spurs' training facilities are like. Then the fact that they're in the Champions League, could they turn it around? Would a player want to go to Spurs and be a big part of turning them into a real contender again now they're in the Champions League? Rayan Cherki could go to Spurs. Newcastle, Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, all looking at Rayan Cherki. And this, I think, now is a is a real possibility. Yes, Manchester United were interested. Whether or not they can convince Cherki without European football is a big ask. We will see how that goes. But he wants to move to the Premier League. And with that release clause of just 22 million euros, there is going to be plenty of Premier League clubs looking at Rayan Cherki, offering him decent wages because it's such a low transfer fee. And he's 21. With the numbers that this man is putting up in League 1 this season, in what he's done for Lyon, I think anybody would be stupid not to be looking at Rayan Cherki with any significance at all. But yeah, the rumour is that there is about 5 or 6 Premier League clubs all looking at Rayan Cherki right now, and it does look inevitable with him announcing that he's leaving League 1 side Lyon, definitely, and that deal has to happen this summer. The Premier League bound superstar, with PSG dropping out of the race for him now to keep him there at Lyon and in France for that matter. It just looks like it's laid on a plate for somebody. It's going to be one mad scramble and a battle to get Rayan Cherki in, but worth every single penny of just under 20 million, it would seem. And that, I think, would go down as one of the transfers of the summer. Who will get him though? Spurs have moved into a very significant position now in the transfer window with having Champions League football to back them up. Let's see how that one develops as well. We'll keep our eyes on everything that happens with Rayan Cherki. Alejandro Garnacho was a target for Chelsea as well in the January transfer window. Now, it's been said that that interest has cooled off, but with what is happening at Manchester United right now, is anybody going to come in the Premier League and test Manchester United's resolve? Because United do look like they have to sell now so they can start buying players in the summer. And Garnacho is one of them players that Manchester United would happily sell. And we know this for certain. 100% profit for United if they sold Garnacho. He's clearly not liking life under Ruben Amorim after what was said with his agent and what he said in an interview last night after the defeat to Spurs in that Europa League final. It does look like Garnacho is now on the market. Could he be on the move to a team in the Premiership? There has only ever really been Chelsea interested in Garnacho in the Premier League. Maybe Garnacho is going to be heading abroad again. We know the interest in Antonio Conte over at Napoli. That has been a big one, which obviously will develop later on this summer as well. We'll find out who the Serie A champions are this weekend also. So if they do manage to win the league and Conte is demanding the likes of Garnacho, like we have reported before, then who are the directors and the board members at Napoli to say no to Antonio Conte, particularly with Kvicha Kvaratskhelia being sold and with no replacement coming in January and still managing to win the league? I think Antonio Conte is quite right to demand a certain player to come in to help defend that title and push on in the Champions League next season, of which they have already got qualification for. So again, comfortable position. Does Garnacho like his chances over there in Italy? We will see, won't we? Could Chelsea come back in and go, you know what, there's a cheaper bid? Because United have dropped their price for Garnacho. So they're your main headlines going around at the moment. Is it going to be one of Cherki to 6 different Premier League clubs? Who's going to win that race? Can Chelsea make Rodrygo happen? And is there a swap in there with Enzo Fernandez? Maybe. Or if they don't make that deal happen, go back in for Alejandro Garnacho? Plenty of players leaving Chelsea this summer. They need to replace them. This weekend is going to be key, of course, because this will determine whether Chelsea have Champions League football to put on offer. Or could Spurs just come in and top trump everybody now that they have catapulted themselves back into Champions League football? We will see, won't we? Let me know what you think in the comments below, everybody. This is Football Talks. I'm Adam. I'll see you in the next video. Please hit that subscribe button, put a like on the video, and let me know what you think on all of them stories.